Hello everybody and welcome to this week's stitch tutorial. This week we're going to be doing the puff flower stitch. Now this is going to be in two parts, so we're going to do the flower today and then I've got the project that we're going to use the flower for coming on Wednesday. So if you want to join in, let's get making. So for this week's tutorial, you are going to need two colours of yarn. I've just got some leftover Caron Simply Soft and some leftover Robin DK. You are going to need a pair of scissors and a crochet hook. Now I'm going to use a 5mm crochet hook, and as per usual I am using my favourite Clover Amour hook. I love these hooks, they're amazing. So to start off, so this is worked in basically in 2 rounds. So we're going to work the inner circle first and then the petals. So you'll be glad to know there is no magic circle. We're going to do the cheats way this week. So what you want to do is take your yarn and make a slip knot. And then we're simply going to chain 4 stitches. So yarn over, pull through, that's 1. Yarn over, pull through, that's 2. Yarn over, pull through, that's 3. Yarn over, pull through, that's 4. Now what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch into the very first chain that you made, so right next to the knot. So you want to pop your hook in. Doesn't matter if you've got 2 or 1 loops, parts on your hook. Grab your yarn and then simply pull through both. Now we are going to be working into the middle of our circle, so the middle of our chains. Take care not to crochet, because sometimes you can get a bit confused as to where the middle is. So we're gonna see, now I can't find it in here, so you can always pop a stitch marker just so you know where the middle is until you get going. So what we're going to do is going to chain 1, and then we're simply going to do 12 double crochets. So that's single crochets if you are in the US, into the middle of our circle. So that's 1, 2, 3, and I'm just working over my tail end here. Have I done 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So what you need to do is just go back and check that you do have 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we're simply going to slip stitch into that very first double crochet. So grab your yarn, pull through both, then we're going to chain 1. Then we are going to cut our yarn, pull our hook through. So that's round 1 done. It really is that simple, and this is a brilliant way to use up any scrap yarn. So I'm just going to snip this bit off because it's just going to get on my nerves otherwise, because I have worked that part in. And now you want to grab your second colour and just attach it into any one of the 12 double crochets. I tend to knot mine because I'm really paranoid about it coming undone. I know some people would just pull it through, but I always knot mine, and we can work over that as we are going around, she says. So where your knot is, you want to insert your hook, and we're just going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and this is classed, sorry, that's really bad English, as our first stitch. So now what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over and pull through. And when you pull through, you want to pull your yarn so it's at the same height as this chain 3. And then we're going to yarn over, insert our hook and do exactly the same thing. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 5 loops on your hook. So as this first chain 3 counts as one of the stitches, we're going to move on to the next stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next double crochet space, yarn over, pull through. Remember to pull that up to give it some height. Going to do it again, yarn over and pull up, and one more time. So we're going to do it 3 times into this stitch, and then we're just going to pull through all of those loops. Now it's a good handy hint to, if you turn your hook upside down, it does make it easier to pull through. Then we are going to chain 2, and I'm going to sort my yarn out. And then into the next stitch we are going to slip stitch, and then we're going to start again. So we're going to chain 3, so 1, 2 and 3. Why does my yarn always get like really tangled up every time? So then we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over and pull it on up to the height of our chain 3. So we're going to do that one more time into this stitch here, and then we're going to yarn over and move on to the next stitch, which is the one with a knot in it. And we're going to do that 2 more times. 1, 2, and we're going to yarn over and we're going to pull through all of those stitches. and we are going to chain 2, and then we are going to slip stitch into the next stitch, and we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and pull up to the height of that chain 3, yarn over, pull through. Now we're going to move on to the next stitch and do it 3 more times. 1, 2, 3, yarn over and pull through and chain 2, and then slip stitch, and then start again. So you want to repeat that all the way until you get to here. So if you want to pause the video now and do your other 3 petals, and I shall meet you when you've just completed your 6th and final petal. So I've just completed my final petal, and I am just going to slip stitch into that very first stitch where I started. Then I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to cut my yarn, put it through, and there we have our puff stitch. Now what you can do is just push your petals up from the back, and it'll make it stand out a lot more. So we can, don't worry about this end, because we can work that end in when we are going to do the rest of our project. So that is the puff stitch flower. This one was done with a smaller hook and smaller yarn. So this is a 4mm, and it's a lot thinner yarn, and this was with the Caron Simply Soft and a 5mm. So depending on how large you want your flowers, they are really, really simple and really effective and very pretty. So if you want to make a couple of flowers, you can make more than 2. And I shall be back on Wednesday with the rest of our Wednesday project. So if you like this tutorial, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also find me on Facebook, on Instagram and on WordPress. I will pop all the links below. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on Wednesday. Happy crocheting.